You probably saw that timestamp and wondered what the fuck is going on.
Don't let your
Well.
guard down just because we're stronger.
Endgame. Endgame.
It's time for it's time to finally see what's going on. Now we're fighting a great Malboro and a Flying Princess.
Yeah, this is a secret monster.
Oh,
I don't catch it, but I do show it off.
yeah. This is this is what this is. Yeah, this is the secret area that comes up after you beat the Big Jiggle. After you kick the Big Jiggle's butt.
Yay!
But yeah, this is just it's just a big Malboro and a Flying Princess. And already, are you trying to topple it as much as possible?
I am.
Yeah. I don't know if enemies can restack after they've been toppled.
I don't think so.
There we go. Yep. You have to inflict. Oh, it's a Malboro Menace. Oh.
Huh?
Okay, apparently I'm a lying piece of crap because I didn't think I got that.
Well, it had been a while since you finished recording this, so
That is true.
it's not like you didn't do that on purpose.
That is true, I guess. I think it's this one I don't catch actually.
Oh, what? You have to unstack it?
Yeah, you have to fight it until there's only one person left. I was right, nope.
Alright, apologies for that. Have to go silent for a moment. But yeah. You caught the Malboro Menace? Yep.
I didn't catch the Flan Princess though.
Which apparently transfigures from a Mandragora. Alright. I like that this is just a big pink Malboro.
It's still ugly.
I like it.
And now the final dungeon.
Alright,
We're
Ollie.
here. Castle X9.
Long.
This is a lengthy dungeon. This
Beyond
is
description.
this is
strange to belong in this world.
I remember I actually
Sometimes
remember
I think
something
you
that
are
happened with
too.
this dungeon while I was playing on Switch specifically.
Yeah.
I remember so what happened was this is back when I was living in the other apartment because yeah I've already said it before I changed apartments and stuff. I remember I was in the middle of running through Castle X9. I get pretty far into it. Like I'm basically at the end of the dungeon. And I leave it on hold. This is also back in my old job where I had a lot more free time to be on my Switch and stuff. I remember I got through, I got all the way to the near end of Castle X9, and I set the game on pause, not realizing, completely forgetting that I forgot to save and stuff. My roommate comes in and is like, "Hey, mind if I play Breath of the Wild on your Switch?"
Remember,
Okay.
we're probably inside.
He
No.
Yeah, meaning it closes out my paused game while I was still paused at the near end of the dungeon. And he plays. I don't know if it was Breath. It was just something on my Switch. He wanted to play my Switch.
So
And yeah,
we're already
he
inside the danger zone?
completely closed out of my game
think the zone
while I was
is
at
powerful enough to
the
recreate
near
infinite
end of the
pieces their
dungeon.
own world
Me not
inside the
realizing it
threshold.
until the next morning when I wake up and go to
Just
work,
like this.
and I check my
Wait,
Switch and
that
realize
means if
I
we
gotta
go
start
quick-
Castle X9
I might not
all
be
the way
able
back
to
over
rewind
again
to safety.
and collect
You have to
all the
be very
treasures,
careful.
beat everything, and it was yeah.
That had to be a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially after having to clear out this lengthy ass dungeon full. By the way, that's another thing about Castle X9. The gimmick for this dungeon.
I hate the gimmick of this dungeon.
Oh,
Scattered throughout this dungeon is carbuncles. And you gotta kill the.
Oh yeah, I should mention, because I don't think I mentioned it, I've got a baby Bahamut now.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh yeah. That's okay. That's cool. A baby helmet.
I totally forgot to mention that.
So yeah.
I got it off screen.
But yeah,
Good.
specifically, actually, though, this dungeon has two specific gimmicks. One is the wall climbing and stuff. Two, there's no map for this dungeon, so you're going in blind. And three,
Yep.
there are carbuncles that you have to beat, and they're unprismable, if I'm remembering right.
Yes.
You
I think I
have
was
to
stuck
beat
here
them.
for months.
Yeah, you have to beat them, and then you can progress to the next segment of the dungeon. Which the carbuncles are no big deal. The thing is that you better have the ability to fight them, hit them hard, because they have auto reflect, because that's what carbuncles carbuncles do.
Yeah, I think I was stuck here for months.
Thresholds are more than just barriers.
For a while, and then when I finally
Technically,
was off
they're
my
more
computer
like a powerful force
for like,
field,
and I
inside
couldn't
of
play
which the
14,
world's rules
I was
can
trying to
be
beat
bent
this game, and I
great
grinded
feats
this place for
performed.
quite a while.
So, whenever
The
we
plus
step through a
side is
threshold,
most of
we're
the
stepping
monsters
inside
in this
someone else's
dungeon are
private world.
ones you've seen before, so I can cut most of them out.
Yep.
That's the right.
Or else this video might have been even longer.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
gonna. Yeah,
All that soul
this
crystal being
is
sent
a
here.
very unnecessarily long dungeon.
Right. It's
This feels more like a
probably
slog
doing
than
the,
like a
um,
hurrah.
It's okay, Line.
Well, this
You
isn't
don't
the
have
end.
to
This isn't the
contribute.
end of the game, so.
Well, whatever form a
Quote
threshold
unquote.
takes,
And
we know how they work
Yeah,
in general.
this is
so
this is
at least we'll be
we're,
ready.
we're getting to Bravely Second
That's the
territory.
right. And you may not have.
yeah.
Whoa, really? Lon's head is starting to smoke. All this info must have
Yeah, this is-
finally blown his
Yeah,
mind.
Castle X9 is a very just.
I hate this thing.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not fun. I could have skipped it, but unfortunately we kind of have to show everything, or else it isn't that much of a LP.
Yeah. It's still just a tedious dungeon too.
Yeah.
I got lost in here like multiple times.
Mhm.
So did I. Just cutted all the backdragging out.
Thank goodness, I hated that.
Yeah.
God,
Again.
as I said, the video was long as it is. I didn't want to include all the backtracking.
Yeah. This is again. This timeline is gonna be a bit.
Yeah, this is one of those dungeons where like you can just sit back, relax, talk about Switch games or whatever, and just enjoy the scenery, which is this dungeon. With the scene, it's not that.
So
It's a it's a shame we kind of bond all our Shadowbringers talking that one episode we couldn't
My,
post
there's
up.
so many
Yeah.
mirages here.
Yeah.
Doesn't the
oh yeah, Hal.
Yeah.
Here, if we're into a lot of Switch games, how about? Oh,
Here we go!
hold on a sec. A couple of new enemies. Fire. Oh, red rotors and yellow rotors.
That's it.
Yeah, they're just Magna rotors, just slightly colored slightly different, and have
Yeah,
different
that's what I-
resistances.
And I
Yeah.
catch them all.
Except, well, wait, you catch all three of them?
I caught all three of them.
You already have a Magna rotor though. Or
Yeah.
A purple one. Alright. But yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, if we want to talk about Switch games, Hal, how about Untitled Goose Game?
I have not played that. What's it like?
It is probably the dumbest but greatest 2 hours you'll spend. It's only a 2 hour long game, but it's 15
What game is
bucks.
this?
Untitled Goose Game.
Never heard of it.
It's been like, it's just been like in the shadows of all the indie talk at like Nintendo Directs and stuff. But yeah, Untitled Goose Game. It is just it's a simple little 2 hour game, an indie game, where you play as a goose and you are an asshole to literally everyone in the neighborhood.
Is that the one with the memes that have been coming out recently?
Yeah. All the all the
God.
goose memes.
Yeah. I was
And
just like, what
you-
is with all these memes coming out? What the
You-
heck is going on?
You have a button
Predictable.
specifically just to honk at people because you're a goose and geese are assholes. Also,
Yes, they are the ones.
you also named that mini Bahamut Hal. I just realized that.
Yes. Yes, I did.
You know,
Aww.
but yeah, it is. But yeah, so it is just a dumb. It's just dumb fun for 2 hours, where you get to be a goose, and it's just the music is like. Imagine how like an episode of Mr. Rogers is just a person like the person playing the piano all the time when Mr. Rogers does something. Imagine that, but with the actions of a goose. It's just a goose that waddles around and steals shit from people. And
That little thief.
and it doesn't just steal shit from people. You can.
Somehow
There's
I
one
doubt it.
point where you have a
After
little
all,
checklist
a
of
wolf
how
knows
you
better
can
than
ruin
the
people's
bear's
day,
fangs at a behemoth.
or what
Oh.
of ruining people's day. You can lock a person in a garage, or like, sorry, you can close the garage door on them, and they get out just annoyed. It's a lot of great things you can do. There's the goose can play a harmonica, and by play the harmonica, I mean it grabs it in its mouth, and when you honk, it plays music with the harmonica.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is ridiculously funny.
Yeah. I noticed, like, recently, I'm trying to remember that Platinum game that just came out.
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain,
Astral
yeah.
Chain.
I want to
And
play
then
it.
Cobain just came out.
What game?
Cobain. It's basically a
Anime
anime
Dark
version
Souls.
of Dark Souls.
Anime Dark Souls with vampires.
I actually played a little bit of it, and actually it actually was not bad.
I mean, yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's waifus and anime code. It's perfectly fine. I haven't played it myself, but I know what it. I've seen it. It's anime Dark Souls, simple as that. But with
Yeah.
also with vampires.
Yeah, and I actually played the demo of it, and I actually was not disappointed.
Isn't that
I mean, I never really played Dark Souls,
Alan?
so it was a good type of game to get into.
Well, it's about to say it's not made
It's
by the
not
same
the
people.
difficulty of the
I
Dark
won't
Souls.
hold back.
It's more of a
Carbuncle.
their version of it. Oh look,
I'm about to say Miyazaki had nothing to do with this game. And It's
Okay.
made by completely different people.
yeah, it was Bandai that created this one.
Well, Bandai owns Dark Souls as well.
I thought that was From Software.
But Bandai owns all publishing with it.
Ah, that makes sense.
From Software develops the game.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I want to get their Sekiro game and try it out.
It's
I'm
good.
still thinking Bloodborne. I can't even get past like the first area of Yarna.
I'm about to say, I thought you were gonna say you couldn't get past the cleric beast. I was like,
Victory!
please tell me you can get past the cleric. Or sorry, please tell me you can get past Father Gascoigne.
Oh, Father
I
Gascoigne
cannot
suck,
get
man.
past him.
He's so easy though. You just cannon block. All you gotta do is.
get to him.
I was gonna say the first area of the game is so easy.
I don't feel
Here's
his
the problem though.
presence.
That's the first type of
Hopefully
Dark
that
Souls
means
games
he's gone
I
from the
played.
castle.
Yeah,
If
but the thing
nothing
is
else.
that it's not even like a Dark Souls game, because a Dark Souls game, like, you like, no, it's a faster paced Dark Souls game with no blocking, which honestly I prefer. But then again, I also in Dark Souls 3 I go for a guts. I straight up just make guts from Berserk, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I am not very good Dark Souls player. I will say that with confidence. Because flip I
And
suck.
I think this is the point in the dungeon where I was absolutely lost.
I hate this.
Um,
Yeah, this always confused me. It's like, why would you do this?
Oh yeah, but yeah, he beat the carbuncle, and it revealed the next segment of the map.
Yeah. I wish there was a map to this place. It would have been so much easier just to get through because it's
Here
such
we-
a slog.
We got this.
Oh,
Take this.
I left this right in because it's the only time we hear the 14 battle theme.
nice.
That makes sense.
And it's with a bunch of Magitech armors. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of any other Switch games. I honestly, I've been broke for quite some time, so a lot of these I just know by through videos and through like streams and stuff.
Yeah, same here because I'm broke. I'm kind of broke as well.
Well, the thing is, I haven't had. Well, my problem is that I've kind of been like jobless for quite a bit, and now I have a job. It's just I have to wait until like I get paid every 2 weeks, which sucks. But it means I get better checks and stuff. Still, not the point. Point is, I haven't had any money because it sucks having to wait 2 weeks to get one check.
Especially
Come
when
on,
you
let's
got
keep
bills to
going.
pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, once I guess
Right.
I think if Hal and I have already talked about it in one of the episodes where it was just him and I. But yeah, I plan on playing Dragon Quest 1 and 11S for the channel soon. And
Yeah, if I do remember, they are porting 11. They are porting 1, 2, and 3 to the Switch,
it's
aren't
they came out the same day 11S did.
they? Oh, right. They're on the Super Nintendo part.
No, they're I believe based off the mobile phone ports.
And you have to buy those separately, right?
Yeah, they're all separate purchases. 3 being the most expensive and 1 being the cheapest.
Makes no sense, but
I mean,
yeah, I'm not sweating.
I mean, it does, because a lot of people are only going to be playing Dragon Quest 3.
When really all the games are really good.
Questionable with 1, but it's old. But
It's
yeah.
like, it was their first one, so I don't doubt it.
Dragon Quest 1 has the Final Fantasy 1 problem.
It's the first game.
Yeah.
Now, you think this is the Infinite Stairwell, and you'd probably be right, if it wasn't an illusion.
Yeah. Hate that part.
It's a very nice camera detail. But yeah, you're just walking down. It's just walking downstairs. But yeah, Dragon Quest 1 is like $5. Dragon Quest 2 is, I think, $7, and Dragon Quest 3 is $12.
That's not too bad considering.
Yeah, but a lot of people are only
How
going
far
to be
does this
playing
go
3.
anyway?
That's why they priced
Yeah.
it
Come on, just
that
keep
way.
it
Because
cool.
Dragon Quest 1,
Sorry,
the reason why I'm
just
playing
so
1 and
excited
11
we're finally
is because
gonna beat
1
those
only
guys that I'm
takes
getting.
9 hours to beat. Because
Sorry,
because it's
just
like
so excited
because
we're
Dragon
finally
Quest
gonna
1
beat those
doesn't
guys that I'm
have
getting
the
impatient.
everything else that came after the first game.
Right, it's not like 11 where it's like how many
56
hours?
56 hours for the PS4 version. There hasn't been any. I haven't seen any confirmed times yet for 11S.
I'm guessing it'll be longer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just a smidge longer, I think, only because they want to make sure like people play the Switch version and see if they like it and what they can improve on. But I do
I
like
don't
the-
think they're gonna re-release the game anytime else.
I mean, they might make it as a separate upgrade like they did with Maxima.
Yeah,
I'm still holding out hope for that.
maybe.
I don't want to pay a lot of money for another the game that I already have.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do that, just get that version because, you know, I don't have the version.
That's the reason why I didn't buy 11 at launch, because I knew, I had already been thinking about getting it, and this, it was either, because it came out around the same time, I also wanted to get Shining Resonance Refrain, but I also said no to that too. Made a good choice on that, apparently. But with
Shining
the,
Resonance Refrain, I've never heard of that.
it's a Weeb
Let's
game.
make this good.
Dude, it's on.
It's just a Weeby hack and slash game. nothing
Lovely.
special, nothing insane about it. It's just
And
a
I kept this.
Hmm?
I kept this one in because it's the Final Fantasy 2.
battle
One
theme.
of the Final Fantasy. No, it's not a battle theme. It's the Resistance Army theme.
Oh, okay. Oh right. I believe next month, Disgaea 4 Complete Plus comes out.
That's right. Yeah, I
Comes
saw
out
my
right
sister
before my
play Disgaea. Yeah, I've seen my sister play Disgaea 5.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
pretty.
looking at that and I'm like,
I'm kind of excited because 4's the only Disgaea game I haven't actually played.
Disgaea 4 is legitimately really good. I honestly think I do think it's better than 3.
what about 5 though? You
5 is
played it.
5 is fantastic. I've put over 200 hours into it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fuck fuck grinding out item world shit to get to the end game to get money maps.
That's never fun.
Like this end game is beyond ridiculous.
But ridiculously fun or just ridiculously fun?
Basically, I handicapped myself by instead of using the protagonist, I instead used a mage and evolved it into and evolved from there
That
instead of
wasn't so
using the
bad.
protagonist.
And that was a bad idea?
Very bad idea. The protagonist, along with another character in Disgaea 5, are the most powerful characters in the game.
Oh,
Besides some bonus units, like Dark Knights and a few other things you can get from the Dark Court, the Dark Court. The protagonist is very, very powerful.
now, for someone who wants
Killia.
to go into Disgaea, would it be recommended to play all the games? Or would it
Play
recommend
any one of them.
you can jump
Any-
right into one
you-
game without playing
You,
previous?
Yes.
you could do anyone you want.
Although it has the Tales of Symphonia effect of the future games play a lot better than the past games.
Ah,
Disgaea
And also-
1 is, even the complete version, it's dated.
it's
And
really dated.
And also there's a lot of cameos as well.
Yeah, understanding cameos is about the most you need to know. Then again, Disgaea 2, half of the Disgaea 1 cast gets involved in the story of Disgaea 2.
Okay, so if I were to play Disgaea 2, I would need to play Disgaea 1.
No, not one single bit.
Nope.
Because I can tell you this now, I don't think mid-boss has no form of appearance, or has like no thing to do with 2.
Oh wow.
He's a bonus boss.
Yeah. Or
And he has the best end credits theme ever.
I love mid-boss's end
It's
credits.
good.
I love the mid-boss ending of Disgaea 1. But yeah, it's like having, because the thing is, it's not just cameo appearances from past Disgaea games. They're also referencing their own games. Like Nippon Ichi is just referencing their own games. Like Marjorie from the musical adventure series is in there. The antagonist of the musical adventure games, or whatever they were called, Rhapsody, a musical adventure. That's it.
There's characters from Rapid Tactics as well.
And Witch of the Hundred Knight. She's a
Yeah.
DLC character in Disgaea 5. Marjorie is like she's like a bonus boss. In Disgaea 2, with some of the DLC fights, you can fight and recruit the cast of Disgaea 3 and 4. No, just 3. Seriously, Nippon Ichi references itself, so Disgaea is their series of just like, we're gonna reference ourselves and reference everything about us.
And
yeah.
just have fun with it. But
Yeah.
still have an engaging story and engaging.
Isn't it great how there's so many
Engaging
nuances
story.
out there?
Engaging is one word for the story.
Yeah, this place is the best.
Insane is another word.
Batshit crazy.
I mean, I've seen the anime of Disgaea, and I'm just like,
That's not.
oh.
Nah, anime doesn't do the story of Disgaea justice.
Oh
I
no.
understand that, considering.
Laharl, I love that the English dub voice actor for Laharl is Rita Repulsa, which is awesome. and she's the only one who can keep that laugh, who's allowed to do the laugh, in my opinion.
Because it's actually... Is she actually good?
No. Laharl is in no way a good guy. Kind of. Depending on the story.
I'm talking about the voice acting.
Oh, voice acting's great.
Yeah, that's what I meant, was the voice acting that good, or...
For a handful of characters, yes. Laharl, because the thing is, Laharl's a villain. Like, he's straight up the son of an evil overlord.
Okay.
And also the fact of that his laugh, basically he sounds like Rita Repulsa, and I love it. Also the fact of that, like, a whole bunch of popular anime voice actors like to pop up in voice characters. So you get like Patrick Seitz voicing a handful of characters in Disgaea 5.
That's actually interesting, the fact that they actually got these really good voice actors for them too.
But yeah, with the Disgaea series, you don't have to. It's the Dragon Quest effect or Final Fantasy effect or whatever effect you want to call it. You don't have to play any game in any order. It's just the fact of if you want to play one with the best gameplay, Disgaea 5, but then you just kind of play the other games for their own thing, because each game has their own thing that makes it them. Like again, 4+ is just it's Disgaea 4. But updated and and what I'm guessing will have all the DLC, including the ones that were permanently removed from the PS3 PSN store.
Hang in there, you
Why?
I don't know.
A bit closer to them every step that we.
Huh? What's the matter, Tom?
But I do think though that the cast of Disgaea 4 is really good because the main character is a vampire named Velva Torres, along with his werewolf buddy.
Nice.
Velva Torres is just fucking awesome.
Please, promise me.
Oh my gosh, there's plot happening in the middle of a dungeon?
Tama.
Yes, what is
have that
happening in the
often.
middle of a dungeon?
Threshold is just way too strong.
Apparently Tama is losing her will to live.
They must really hate
Because someone hates her.
I can't bear to see you in pain. Please go back. But I can't go back. The three of us are a team. Inakro told me to go look after you.
Well, you'll be here in spirit, and that's what counts. We'll call you if we get into trouble.
Please, for us, okay? Oh.
You know, this is the first time throughout all the dungeons plot happens in the middle of a dungeon.
No idea who you're dealing with.
Hey, we can handle them. I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, it's one of
We
the few
held our own
times
against
when it's
almost
just like...
everything we
Well, it's also,
faced.
again, we're in the final dungeon, in quotations.
Right. And don't forget,
Yeah.
he's got me.
Yeah, we're not
I'll
done
be
with this
fine.
game, people. We still got a few more
Alright,
parts.
if you're
Just
not
a
with
few.
him,
What?
Just-
I'm
it's just
no
a-
good on
Yeah,
my
This
own?
is
regardless of
That
how
doesn't look the same.
regardless of how this episode ends, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
well, you're sure I
This
should
is a
go check
long
this out.
game.
See you soon.
Yeah.
And it's long for the wrong
Yep.
reasons.
You know it.
Yep.
Bye.
So,
Yeah, the final leg of the dungeon.
Lon, you ready?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Let's thrash those heralds, so we can finally go
Oh.
home.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, back to Conversation Street.
Woo!
So, how about that Three Houses?
I haven't played it.
Now, I stumbled upon a couple of videos about like the romance versions of the characters. I think, yeah, like Dimitri, like all the male ending ones, and I think another one too was I saw the whole story of Dimitri, and I'm just like, now I really want this game. This looks fun. I didn't see gameplay. I just saw bits of the story, and I'm like, okay, now I want.
I want to get the game, but I want Dragon Quest 11 first because I've been waiting quite a long time to actually play 11, and I actually got to play a lot of 11 through the demo. Like you get like, the fucking demo is 9 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Like it was. Oh my gosh, I love it. 11 is awesome.
I mean, did you play it undocked or docked?
Undocked, it worked perfect. It ran perfectly fine undocked, honestly.
I mean, yeah, undocked, it actually looks pretty good.
It looks perfectly fine. Just no aliasing on shadows. That's about it.
Yeah.
The game itself.
I didn't notice.
I
Like, but the fact that they took this long to like make it run as smooth as it was, I was like, okay, I can understand the hype now.
I mean, it's a great game. It's just that I believe I'm trying to remember specifically why I held out on the game. I think it was just, simply was just because anytime I ever wanted to purchase it, I never had the money to purchase it, so I didn't. So
I think it was a good thing you waited then.
well, I had heard about the 11S. I think within the first 6 months the game had come out to the West because it was notoriously not out here in the West for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I sure wish I knew about the Switch version before I bought it.
Yeah, here's the thing, Hal. I only found out about it because there was just this random magazine website. There's this random website that was like talking about Dragon Quest XI, and they were like, "Oh yeah, developers are talking about from some random Japanese magazine mention a Dragon Quest XI-S, like a Switch version of Dragon Quest XI." And I was just, I just straight up was just like, I'm gonna wait. I almost was gonna buy it on like a PSN sale. Then I ended up just saying, just fuck it, I'll wait. I'll give it an extra. I'll give it an extra. I think it was like 8-9 months or something like. It's been a bit. Since
I think it came out. It came out around this time last year, if I remember.
Dragon Quest 11. June 29th, July 29th, 2017 was when it came out. I'm guessing in Japan, not here in the West. I don't think.
No, here in the West it came out like a year ago.
Let me check. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Woo.
This is the end.
Someone looks like they're dead.
Worldwide, September of last year. September 4th of last year. And
So
then
basically, it's been out for a year.
it came out a year, and then about 6-7 months later, they announced a Switch version, and then now we're here with the Switch version.
The Switch version a year later. It's like what?
Still wish I knew about it.
Yeah, I would have warned you, but I honestly, I never know who owns what anymore. But yeah, and yes, people, I will be playing Dragon Quest XI-S for this channel once I get Dragon Quest 1 done. Once I get Dragon Quest 1.
I feel like I wanna be in there for that because just to know like the stories in it.
Here we
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's weird to talk about. Well, I'll get more into Dragon Quest stories once we actually like get to Dragon
Get into
Quest.
that, yeah.
And then once I've cleared through Dragon Quest, then I'll get on to Persona, maybe.
Like
Actually-
what? Persona 1?
No, Persona 5.
Oh,
I am playing
you're
through the
gonna
rest
go
of the series.
straight to 5. You're not gonna go straight. You're not gonna do 1. Okay.
You don't need to play the rest of the series. That's another good
No.
thing the SMT. That's a good thing that Atlas does is that you don't need to play past games to play it. It's recommended you play past games so you get the references and see random things like seeing movie posters of specific Persona 4 of Persona 4 characters, or like referencing Naoto in
Alright,
one TV
let's
program, stuff like that.
Yeah. What I really liked though was that I did watch a full playthrough of the Persona 4 Golden Edition.
I just watched the anime of Persona 4. Well, I played through Persona 4. I never played through Golden though. I just watched the anime and stuff.
I
mean,
played
I
for the
heard-
Golden.
I heard like the original 4 anime was good. Don't watch the Golden one.
Yeah.
Same with Persona 5's anime. Oh, what happened to that?
I don't know. But Persona 5's
No.
anime is garbage.
Oh yeah. I stopped
did-
watching like after
Victory!
2-3 episodes.
I didn't
It
even
was-
bother.
Same.
Yeah.
I already put my 150 hours into the game. Didn't want to put any more time into I didn't want to put any time in the anime because I already know what's gonna happen. There are some really great fan service bits that, from what I've seen on Twitter and stuff, but I didn't watch the anime because I have no interest in the anime.
The anime looked good. Like they were faithful to what it looked like in the game.
Oh my goodness, plot's happening.
Oh, finally!
We're
Yes,
at the
I
end of the dungeon, guys.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Look at that, Sirens fighting
Finally.
Triton.
Release Lady Luce! Huh?
Oh, and Zone Seek says, fuck you.
Yeah, I
How long
always
must
knew
this continue, Eleanor? 100 years and counting now, and yet commanding just one body proves a chore. How lowly and
Hey,
pathetic can you get?
Tritalk has done a lot more work in this game than Zone Seek has.
Oh, but I do wonder about that.
Hey, scumbags! We've been looking for you! You think you can just wreck the world and get away with it? Then you have got another thing coming!
it.
Oh, but yeah, once Dragon Quest is over, I will
When
be
are
doing
you-
Persona, and I'm
Alan,
probably just gonna wait
you
for the
okay?
Royal because. that-
Yeah, Royal comes
So
out
we've made it
like
this far.
next year.
Yeah, that's all we
No
know.
more.
Winter of 2020.
You have to stop. You mustn't
Japan
fight.
gets to have it basically like close to now,
You
but
simply
no, we gotta
can't.
wait.
What drivel! What tripe! A farce beyond compare!
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you quite certain of that? What if they are
Yeah,
the world's
it's
true
the same effect
champions
that what
awakened at
would happen
last?
with the original
Should
game
we
where we
not
had to
deal
wait
with
8
them now?
months. It's gonna
And
be
now
6.
It's you who's causing me to grin. The Crimson Prophecy's a done affair.
It was
The
just gonna be
story
6
needs no
months,
postscript,
and then
no
they were like,
twist
"We're gonna
and
delay it
no
until
spin.
April 4th,"
Excellent. Begone, you whelps!
and then we got it. Oh, and now we're fighting. Now we're
Oh.
finally fighting the Man in the Golden Mask and the Plume Knight.
Yeah,
Do
these.
this, Lon!
Yeah,
That's
this
right.
fight got
It's
me took me a while to actually beat them.
Mhm.
'Cause I hated it so bad.
So,
Like I just like the stinking dungeon drained me, and then it came to this.
sorry, by Man in the Golden Mask, I meant Knight in the Golden Mask.
You know. Yeah, I can't break games like most people, so
Yeah.
I struggled.
I already knew how to break this game at this point, so the fight wasn't that much of a struggle, but it's good to see Hal having some fun with Omni Slash. Which fucking Zone Seek just says no. Or at the very least, he just seems displeased. I do like, though, that he's staring straight at the beam. Gosh, that-
And right in the face.
Gosh, it's like it's like watching the animation in Pokemon of watching Arceus do bounce. Holy crap, that did a lot more damage than I was expecting it doing.
Yeah, no good.
So I'm gonna be honest here. At this point, I was breaking the game in half with items and stuff, so I actually don't know what they do because at this point, I already figured out. I already had items and stuff to beat them with. So
I didn't. I was dumb.
I kind of don't really know what they did or what they do because I just didn't have any item. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It looked like he cast Magic Shield, which I believe is it lowers the amount of damage done by magic attacks.
So yeah, baby Bahamut can do Meteor.
That is awesome.
Just thought I'd mention that.
And that is fucking awesome. That is an awesome ability. Hal just, if you're not understanding Mystery, Hal just as a counter, just casted Dispel, one of the best spells in this game, and just got rid of all of his buffs. For free. No MMP,
Yeah.
no nothing. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate this chick.
baby
was-
Bahamut's kinda awesome.
Yeah. And now we get to see Shantotto. Have we seen Shantotto at this point?
I don't think so.
Hey. I can't remember.
Yeah, let's find out. But yeah, she's using Magic Burst. Huh? Our favorite little Tartar. Not sure why she's floating, but don't need to know.
Yep,
Let's
nope,
see.
I haven't seen this one ever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. This is pretty awesome.
Okay, this is cool. Whoa.
Oh, I love it.
This captures the true essence of her, apparently.
I love this. And she's weak to her magic too. Oh, that's awesome. Also, I think she
How
just
much
bestowed a
damage
buff.
did that take?
Yeah, it was 5,500.
If she didn't have the magic barrier on, I think it would have took me up even more.
Oh yeah. If she didn't have magic shield, that would have been like 8k damage.
To all
Freezing
the
dust.
unready.
I think that's what always killed me.
Oh, is it nukes?
Yeah.
Well, Hal lucked out in the fact that he resists frost or like ice with one of his stacks.
Huh?
Yeah, the duo are like nope to that.
And she's once again using freezing dust.
Freezing dust!
Yeah, I think. Yeah, this was one of the ones that I was like.
I'm surprised you're not using up one of your X potions at this point because she's gonna die to another to another freezing dust if she does one again.
Yeah.
You definitely got through the fight pretty damn quick.
Yeah, a lot quicker than I did. This took me at least 5 tries.
I believe I got this on my first try. I just don't remember anymore because that playthrough is long gone, and that job where I was playing this game with is not my job anymore.
As postscripts go. Impressive.
Now here's where things get interesting.
Here's where it gets.
Well, hello there, random people.
They're people?
Is that...
So we kinda killed Mum and Dad. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, they just killed their
No more
parents.
frowning. Now, let's
So,
smile.
yeah,
You should turn
the
those
knight
corners
in the
up,
golden
or your
mask and the
happiness will
plumed
spill
knight
right out.
were
want that
Lusa
to
and
happen.
Farna, Lon Rain's
Everybody
parents.
makes fun of me because they say my arm is creepy.
But look, mines are the same.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So,
And there's more.
Tail.
Did you know that these arms
Okay.
are very special?
I believe this
They're proof
is.
of the joy you'll bring the
Hold on,
world.
I'm gonna give it a few more minutes because I believe this is
Only one
when
of my hands looks
this
like
plot
yours.
irks me.
You have one.
But yeah,
Lon has
basically,
the other. So as long
Lon
as
and
you
Rain
both work
have
together,
the powers of their
there's
mother,
no
Lusa.
happiness you can't attain.
I forget what their father did.
I think he just researched them, didn't he?
Please, you have to stop gathering
No,
so many
Rorik
mirages.
is his name. I'm sorry.
Why's that? We're really good at
what was
it. You
the
of
thing
all
for
people
it?
should be proud.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a good
Uh,
thing.
But yeah,
You
Rorik.
don't have a proper handle on any of them. Think of the trouble you're making.
I think he
those
researched them.
around
I
you.
don't
Well,
remember.
what do I care? It's not any trouble for us.
Fine, then don't you care about your mother? The more mirages that you take away from
Oh,
her.
please. Mom loves seeing us
Okay,
excel.
yeah, this
Don't
is the
even pretend
cutscene.
it doesn't
This is
make
the
her
one.
happy.
Okay.
This is the one that made me like
I just
was
think
like,
you're
wow,
jealous
they're
because you don't know how to do it.
Busted.
This was, I believe, was the cutscene that I just said, like this. I actually just don't like this plot whatsoever. Cause basically, Lon and Rain are assholes.
But
And
then again, how
Just
old were
stop.
they?
this
You
is
don't
the same age
realize
they are now.
You're the one who said that everyone's lives would be easier
And
for
they're
some of those
14,
gods or
if I
whatever.
remember.
Don't chicken out
15.
now, Win.
Yeah, remember? Why else would we even be up here?
You're wrong. A path to another world.
Yeah,
Just
they're
shut the fuck up.
assholes. And
Huh.
don't give a
I know
shit
what to
that
do
the
with
powers
you.
they're using are literally killing their mother. And also, they were the ones who encased her in a into a crystal prison.
Rain, stop this! Don't!
So remember when Hal and I were making jokes earlier in the game where it's literally Lon and Rain's fault that all this happened? It's literally all their fault.
Her fault.
It is.
It literally is all their fault. They quite literally caused Brandalus to come into this dimension by sealing away their sister. They were
It's the dumbest thing in the world. I hate it. This is where I was like, okay, what? That makes no sense.
This-
Why
Are
would
you
you
the one
put it
who
on them?
summoned me?
like it's quite simply, I hate Lon and Rain as characters because they are just complete and utter twats towards their parents and said,
What is
fuck
going
them.
on?
Let's not listen to them. Let's literally do everything wrong. And also, let's use our powers to kill our mother.
Get over here!
And at the end of the day, they realize their
Answer me.
mistake.
Who are you?
No. Kind of. Not really.
Well, they don't remember, so.
Well, I mean, with this little extra bit of plot that's about to come up, they kind of have to learn their lesson through a different way.
No. I didn't.
Honestly, I don't think they learn anything by the end of this, besides the fact of their true memories.
How astonishing
And
for
I
the
don't really
first
give a shit
creatures
about the
I
concept
find
of
to
them
be
having
humans
amnesia.
of so
They're still
high
assholes
a
before they
caliber.
had amnesia.
So, who will join me?
He took the Bahamut took the bodies of Lusa and Rorik and turned them into Zone Seek and Tritok.
Yep.
And again, this was the point where I said I don't like Lon and Rain as characters. Because quite literally, this plot is all their fault.
Lon, Rain,
Everything, like they quite literally, this plot wouldn't have happened if these two weren't assholes.
I would say they were more spoiled than anything, but then again, I'm just like, okay. This was the dumbest part of the plot.
I think there's a difference between being spoiled and being bestowed upon the power of your mother. Being born with the power of your mother.
did that?
That's not really spoiled. You're literally born with the powers of your mom.
What was that? What did we just see?
Oh, you just saw yourselves being assholes and now you killed your parents.
Lady Luce!
Owen, you're here?
But yeah, that was pretty much my rant about this point in the plot. Kind of took a while. I think it took like 4 parts
You're both
of me
safe.
talking about it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So glad.
Are you
No,
Rain
they're
and
just
Mom,
no. She's just saying that
they
she's
lost
happy
all
you're
of their
safe
old
just
memories
because.
when they were spliced out of Grimoire? They don't remember a thing.
Oof.
Lucky them.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. It just means they're gonna fuck everything up again.
Promise me.
It just means they're literally gonna fall into the trap again. They're going to summon Brandalus again. I don't see why it's a good thing. Yeah, it's kind of a problem I've had with this plot for since I played through this game a long time ago.
Yeah, this is where I was just like, okay. I liked them, and now it's just like, why? What the heck was the direction of the story?
Yeah.
What was the point?
But yeah, for me in a video game, I don't give a shit if they're 14. They're still assholes. Or if they're like, this is a video game. I get out of video. I play video games, so I don't have to deal with bratty teenagers or bratty preteens.
Show me ingenuity.
Not to be reminded that preteens are preteens.
Show me all the mirages at your behest.
Also, by the way, I just realized Brandalus's design. I know he's supposed to be Bahamut, but he looks like a giant beetle with his wings furled up like that.
They know you.
Like look at the blade things on his neck. Makes him look like a giant scarab beetle.
The mighty king of Bahamut.
And yeah, so remember, the king of the mighty Bahamut,
I am the conqueror
or
of all
the being
A-worlds.
with Bahamut's
I'm
power
their destroyer.
of all A worlds.
No. You.
And this is actually kind of cool.
Are nothing but dust!
Come on. Oh, never mind. Hold on a sec. We got a boss to... We have a final boss to fight.
Final boss.
Final
Hey,
boss.
I'm doing air quotes here. Final.
I'm gonna make
That's why I got close to the microphone. I was like, a final boss.
Sis, you okay?
We're not done. We're not done with this game.
No. But what I do hate,
There.
Oh, wait.
is the darn stupid. Now this is where I truly got stuck.
Yep. Brandalus
Because
King
I
of...
hated this.
Nothing. Honestly, his health actually isn't that terrible compared to what we're going to be facing later.
It's not that. It's just because it was just I hated this because I couldn't break the game like you guys could. I just couldn't beat it.
Yeah, Hal knows because he went through the hell that I've also been through. But
Yes.
yeah, honestly, his HP is pretty meager compared to what we're going to be facing later.
Oh, I hated that boss.
Yeah, there's just it's so like. I mean, the boss fight's cool. It's just, I mean, nothing special about him.
Nah.
He's just a big dragon guy, or his design's cool. Just in
His
terms of.
design is really good.
Shall we end this
I mean, he does all of Bahamut's abilities. Impulse, I think, being Impulse being a reference to Final Fantasy X.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of his, like, honestly, dude, Bahamut is like one of my favorite summons from 10 next to Anima.
Yeah. Definitely.
Except 10's version of Impulse didn't involve a sword.
Nope. I always hated this guy because he always one-shot me.
Yeah. Obviously, if it's not obvious enough, immediately get slow on him. Use a Spider Silk, use anything, because he is fast. He is way fast.
Yeah, I would have noticed. I did it nice. It was difficult. I struggled. That's right. Not gonna lie, I struggled.
That was actually pretty decent damage. I think if I calculated that right, that was about 3,300 damage.
Yeah, baby Bahamut's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
And again, Hal picked his resistances right. Hal chose wisely.
He did,
I-
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I got to this part, I was just like, after seeing that, seeing that cutscene, I just like was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I guess one thing I forgot to mention too. You go into this boss fight with the HP and MP and AP you had back when you fought Golden Knight, Gold Mask Knight and Plume Knight,
Shall we end this
Yeah.
or when you fought Mom and Dad.
Yeah, this is what kills me all the time is Impulse.
It's definitely his hardest hitting attack.
Yeah,
but
considering.
honestly, that's his only attack that hits hard, unless you have a massive weakness to ice. He does have a cool ass sword though. I like it.
I do like his sword.
I mean, I like his design. It's just I don't really like anything else about him because he's just kind of a big dragon guy. He's Bahamut, or sorry,
Basically,
he's a physical. He's an incarnation of Bahamut because. Yeah.
for this game.
What strength? I can
Yeah,
see
he basically
Hades'
just said,
power
"Yeah, you guys
has
did.
already
I
had
mean,
a
you guys were cool,
profound
but I'm still
influence
more
on
powerful."
both of you.
Oh, I. Sorry, yeah, this is where I was just like.
Perhaps I may not be able to destroy you, but neither can you put an end to me.
Now this is where I kind of
To
cried, but I
pursue
was
this
just like.
stalemate further would be a waste
I
of time.
That's what
love-
you
I
think!
actually like this part a lot.
I have to
This
pay
is,
for
this is
bringing
actually,
you into
this
this
is pretty
world.
awesome
This ends now!
because they
Yeah.
show off a power that isn't used
Hey, Rain.
at all
I
in
know
the
that
rest
I've
of this
put you
game.
through a lot of stuff. I'm selfish. And I'm sorry.
Lon, you weren't the only selfish guy,
all
was
my
the
fault
thing.
that Mom and
Lon
Dad
was the
died
one
like
who
that.
instigated, like, hey,
It's
let's
all
just
my fault
abuse
that
our
these
powers.
freaks have ruined Grimoire.
Okay, that makes sense.
Lon was
I
the
have to
one who
pay
kind
for
of
it
pushed
all.
towards, let's be douches.
Watch me!
And Rain just kind of went with it. This, though,
Yeah,
why
I
isn't
wish
this
was
in the
more
rest of the game?
Well, you saw what happens to him when he uses it, so
Very
I
true.
think that's why.
He gets a giant robot arm, and this straight up just turns into Gurren Lagann.
Foolish boy! My work
Only
is
no
done.
giant drills or
This
energy
will
combo.
change.
Yeah, he kind of died. They kind of... Yeah, that's what happens when he... Like, why can't we just have a nuke ability like that for the entire game?
Because it killed you.
Yeah, Lon's dead.
Why? Lon!
So yeah,
Why did
and that's
you
the end of the game, guys. Alright, looks like we're done with this. Dark Chronicle is up next.
Yep.
Alright.
Really, is
Ending.
that really our next game?
I mean, that's Hal's
Yep.
next game.
That's my next game.
Oh, goodness.
Or Dark Cloud 2, specific. Or Dark Cloud 2 for anyone outside of Europe.
Yeah.
AKA the good game.
Yeah,
happened to
the
Lon?
not as old and clunky one.
Rain?
With an actual story and actual voice acting and
And,
everything.
and characters that don't look like they were ripped straight from a Dreamcast game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, I just noticed her little arms just like go up and hug her. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I cried at this part, but I was just like, I'm so done with trying to figure out where this plot's going.
Oh no, you say that what's gonna happen after.
And that's why I'm
I'm
not
ready.
saying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go home.
To the one
my
you fucked up.
Ninewood Hills.
Yeah, but does this stop the Cogna is the question.
It doesn't. Oh, alright, endings. Alright. This game is alright. I mean, we're not done. I can't even say that with a straight face. Yeah, we're not done with this game.
Yeah, I'm just smiling ear to ear at this point.
We're not
At
done.
this point, I was just like, now, when I first got to this part, I was just like, wait, that's the end? What the flip did I just play?
This game pulls a Bravely Second on us, and you are required to launch into what is technically considered a New Game Plus profile. Only, unlike Bravely Second, like you don't launch New Game Plus, because in Bravely Second you actually have to launch the game in New Game Plus.
That's just dumb.
And then the same opening happens, but then you activate Bravely Second, and then you end up going through the end of the game.
That's weird.
Yeah. So she's just kind of depressingly hanging out around. I mean, for obvious reasons, but she's just like depressingly just hanging out around Ninewood Hills.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
She's just not.
Hey, a little Chocobo plush in the background.
I do see that. Yeah, I noticed like they have those kind of little
Yeah.
little chocobos like in the back.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, the credits are incredibly short.
I mean, to be fair, the credits are actually pretty short for this game. It's the. I mean, also this isn't the weirdest the credits are gonna get either,
Nope.
especially for the true ending.
Like that.
Oh, hey, giant robot arm.
It's
And-
like the Cogna were not stopped or something.
Yeah, it's almost as if we literally didn't solve anything. Lon died, and the Cogna just kind of still are infecting everything and got their way to Ninewood Hills.
Now this is worth. I was just like, oh, is that the end though?
We
Why,
are-
how many parts
as
do we
a-
have left?
We have 7 parts left.
Yeah, this is definitely not the end of this story, because there's still a lot we got to do to get to this end, to finally get to be done with this plot for forever.